Knock knock. Who's there? The chilling unknown and unexpected tales that lurk just outside your front door. As technology advances, doorbell cameras have become our first line of defense, capturing disturbing moments both bone-chilling and creepy. These scary moments caught on camera send shivers down our spines and leave us questioning our safety. From creepy figures to unexpected occurrences, join us as we watch some of the most haunting footage ever caught on doorbell cameras. Prepare yourself, because these 10 disturbing things caught on doorbell cameras might just make you think twice before answering your door again. Make sure you watch till the end, as it could save your life. The following incident occurred in Phoenix, Arizona. The owner's doorbell camera caught it in the middle of the night. The front porch of this house is approached by a man armed with a real sword, a hammer, and an axe. He then begins to search around, stealing multiple things from outside the house. An oncoming car passes by, but he totally ignores it, as if he was in his own world. After some time, he walks away, bag filled with stolen items, and the sword still at his side. I don't want to know what he would have done with those weapons if he was confronted by someone, which makes you wonder what might happen in this next video. In September of 2022, a TikTok user shared this spooky video. It was around 3 a.m. when a man wearing a mask with a drawn-on mustache approached his house. The doorbell camera gets a close look as the man runs up to the porch. The homeowner received multiple alerts on his phone, which woke him up. As he checks his phone, he sees the man trying to enter his house, so he quickly gets dressed and goes out to see what this man was doing. But at that point, the stranger had vanished. When he doesn't find him, the homeowner calls the police to report the incident. But since the man was wearing a mask, he most likely will never be identified. This next video was captured at 3 in the morning on April 9, 2023. A homeowner in Albuquerque, New Mexico was sleeping when he received a notification on his phone about this recording. As he watched the footage, he saw a woman outside his home trying to enter and using different keys to do so. She even started searching around for a hidden one. It almost appears as if she was in a fight or an accident of some sort. He claimed he had never seen this woman before and that she also started throwing rocks at his car before attempting to insert her keys into the doorbell camera itself, which indicated she might have been under the influence of something. After 2 minutes, she left and was never seen again, leaving her intentions a mystery. Do you wonder if she thought she was at her ex's house, similar to this next video? This footage was caught on a doorbell camera in Kansas City. It shows a man appearing on the left side of the screen trying to stay out of sight as he attempts to remove the doorbell camera from the house. Inside the home was a woman and her son. They recognized the man as the woman's ex-boyfriend. He was unable to take the camera down, so he left, but came back 30 minutes later with something to cover the lens. A few minutes later, the homeowner's son came running into her room, informing her that the car was on fire. The fire department and the police were called to the home, but not before the fire had destroyed the car and a large portion of their house. The police are currently searching for the ex-boyfriend seen in the video. In this footage captured on the night of March 7, 2019, a man was seen walking up to the house and pouring out a yellow fuel container all over the front porch. He then tried to set it on fire with a lighter, but it wouldn't catch. The container happened to be filled with diesel fuel, which luckily is not as flammable as gasoline because inside the house was a mother and her 2 children. They immediately contacted the police once they saw the footage. The man was arrested at his own house across the street and taken into custody. He was charged with attempted homicide and arson. When asked why he had done it, he said he'd seen a ghost and was trying to get rid of it, but he was probably just highly intoxicated. Or maybe he was preparing for what's up next. Are we about to experience a zombie apocalypse? This next video makes me think so, as a young man with the appearance of a zombie seems to be on a mission to find human flesh or brains. He was witnessed violently smashing his body against the door of this home, trying to break in. He made loud grunting noises. If not a zombie, his actions sure resemble those of someone under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and the residents said they had never seen him before. After throwing himself onto the railing, he stayed there trying to get up, leaving us unsure of what his intentions were. I'm not sure what would be more terrifying, the zombie or what these next people witnessed. This video uploaded from TikTok shows a mother and her son on their way back home at night. As they close the door behind them, a man is shown approaching the house. He attempted to open the door immediately after they had gone inside.
Go shower really fast. I need you to go shower. Please, Daniel. Who's that?
As the mother argues with the son about taking a shower, she notices somebody trying to enter the house after she had just locked the door. When she shouts at the individual to leave, he just takes a step back but continues to stand there with an emotionless expression.
Who is that? Get out of here! Get out of here! There's a guy outside. Look.
It's unclear where the stranger came from, and it made it difficult to see with the door in the way, but some speculate that he had followed them home, while others suggest he was waiting for them close by, primed for their return. We'll never know what his intentions were that night had the door been open, as when the mother contacted the authorities, by the time they showed up, the man had already vanished. They are very lucky the door was closed and locked behind them that night, but the same cannot be said for what you're about to see next. On the night of August 10, 2021, a woman was returning home from work when a man, who was armed, followed her into her house. She couldn't get the door locked in time before he ran in behind her. A second man soon appeared, and the two demanded the keys to her car. After giving them her keys, they ran out to her car, which was parked nearby, and drove away.
Don't move. Don't scare. Don't.
The police were called and found the car a few hours later at a traffic light, but it fled when the officers tried to pull it over. Due to the rainy weather and high speed of the car, it made it too dangerous for the police to follow, so they were unable to continue the pursuit. The two suspects were later found and arrested, with the one that confronted the woman being charged with home invasion, armed robbery, and motor vehicle theft. The vehicle has still yet to be located. What would you do in this next situation? It was October 2nd, 2022. At 5 in the morning, 3 men were recorded on a doorbell camera. They were all wearing masks resembling those from the movie The Purge and appeared to be carrying weapons. One of the men noticed the camera and quickly covered it, but for a moment, they were in clear view. When the homeowner was alerted to the motion, he checked his app, but was unable to see anything due to the glove covering the camera. He did not see the earlier footage, so he spoke through the doorbell speaker, but the men didn't respond.
Hello? 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 Hello?
He then called the police, but by the time they arrived, the men had already left. It appears they might have been trying to pick the lock, though it is unknown what they'd planned to do if they got in. Most people believe they were trying to get the homeowner to open the door so they could rob him, but it did not make sense why they didn't respond when he spoke through the doorbell speaker. It is anyone's best guess what they would have done if they were able to pick the lock and get in, or get the homeowner to open the door. All of these videos are quite disturbing, but none more than what you're about to see. However, before we get to this last video, I recommend hitting that subscribe button, as doing so could possibly keep these intruders away from your home. This footage was uploaded by YouTube channel Scary Moments. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night to this recording on your doorbell camera. While it doesn't appear to be harmful, the creepy gaze of this lady seems to be that of someone who is possessed. Whether it's a joke or not, I'll surely be locking my door at night, as I suggest you do the same. But one thing's for sure that would be even scarier than seeing this lady's face is not watching another video like this one.